What's up, guys? Chris Schroeder here again with another video for you. And guys, in this video, we're gonna be talking about how you can flip anything on eBay for a profit, okay? If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Chris Schroeder. I help new and experienced resellers grow their businesses to $3,000 to $4,000 profit months using my organic and simple paid marketing strategies so they can grow, attain their goals, do the things that they have set for themselves. In every single video, I can promise that I'm gonna deliver at least one thing that you can implement today in your reselling business that will either help get you started, grow, or excel in your reselling business. Before I get started, I always like to knock out these few questions because everybody always has them. Does this business work? Yes. Reselling electronics and flipping things on eBay does work. I've helped over 200 people implement this strategy and achieve, results with reselling phones and electronics. Will it work for you? It will work for anybody who has the capacity and has a smartphone and, Wi-Fi and internet, okay? And then the last question I always get, guys, do you need a lot of time and money? So here's the answer. If you have a few $100s and 1 to 2 hours a day, you can get started. Okay, with all of that being knocked out, guys, if you guys would, please like and subscribe. Also, guys, I'm starting to put a whole lot more in the descriptions. 3 Pillars Guide, or the cheat sheet, whatever you want to call it, is in the description. And guys, in this video series this week, if you join my $7 a month program, I'm going to be keeping track, and I'm going to be sending one of you guys this iPhone X that you can flip for a profit. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it as well. And make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's get started though. So what did I have? Okay. How to flip anything on eBay for a profit, right? So the first thing that we need to know, guys, this is the very first step, is understanding what an item is going to sell for before we ever buy it, okay? We need to know that number, all right? So for example, let me pull out a device here real quick. Here we go. So here's an iPhone 11 Pro Max. You can see it right here. It's legitimate, right? I have this one currently listed on eBay, okay? So when I say we need to know what a device is going to sell for before we buy it, that means we have to do an appraisal, okay? And when we do an appraisal, what we're doing is we're figuring out what to offer, and also at the same time, we're figuring out exactly what that device is going to sell for, okay? So the way we do that, let's go to eBay. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do this. Don't look at my script. I use scripts for everything, guys. Helps massively. Okay, so here we are on eBay, right? We had an iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now, this specific device is with Xfinity, okay? So as you can see, I have one right here. I already looked it up. I was appraising it, right? And then, so once we look it up, right, here's what we need to do. We need to figure out exactly how much it's going to sell for, but we don't want to use these listings right here, okay? We don't want to use these listings, right? We want to go, based on the gigabyte size, and, we want sold listings, okay? So this particular model is 256 gigabytes. So I'm going to click this over here, and then I'm going to go down and I'm going to click sold items only. Sold and completed. It should be sold and completed. There we go. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to pull up a calculator. So let me find my let me go to Resell Deck and pull up the calculator. So I have a very specific calculator for finding out how much something is going to sell for. This makes it very, very easy. I have a basic one in the resources. You can find that below. So let's go into my account here real quick. You won't have an account like this. You're gonna get the Google sheet, okay? But I like to have one of these inside of Resell Deck because this is my follow-up software. Okay, so you guys are gonna have the eBay appraisal calculator. You won't have the Swappo or the other one, but you'll have these, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're going to figure out, and we're going to find 3 of these, okay, that sold for, whatever they sold for. Okay, so here we got one. This one sold for $455. It sold today, or it sold yesterday or 2 days ago. This one sold, looks like 4 days ago, for $530. we want to make sure this one's with Xfinity only. So we want to make sure we go here to network locked. There we go. It's a little bit better. So this one sold for $489. Now this one looks like brand new. It looks really, really good. I don't know if mine will sell for that much, but we'll see. Here's another one for $489. And then here's one for $485. It's sim locked to AT&T. So that's actually a pretty good appraisal. And then here's one, another one for AT&T. So, but it looks like, we got one here for $489, another one for $489, and then we got one here for $485. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to plug these numbers in. 489, 489, 489. I think it's going to sell for 489, guys. So we're 489, 489, and then what was the last one? I can't remember. Last one, 485. Okay, well, it's kind of obvious what it's going to sell for. You see what I mean here, guys? Like this is, how it all works. So we know what the device is roughly going to sell for. It's going to sell for about $487. Okay, so how do we know it will sell? How do we know it's going to sell? Well, we have sold listings from the past couple of days. Okay. Some of these are a little bit older listings, but they still sold relatively recently. And this is something I actually did not notice. So, and I want to point it out. So this is my bad. Some of these sold March 17th. So this is actually a good teaching moment. I didn't notice this right away, but that was over a month and a half ago. Okay. So we actually need to find some that were more sold towards the end of this month. Here we go. So this one's AT&T. It's still carrier locked, so it's actually a pretty good appraisal. This one sold for $375. This one's Verizon locked. Verizon is usually unlocked, so I'm not going to go off that one. This one's iCloud locked. This one sold for $400. We never want to go off the unlocked ones or like the super, super good ones. Here's one. Oh, that's unlocked. Oh, here we go. 385. Nope. That one's cracked. 485. Okay, some of these are a little bit older, but we know that it sells, right? We know that it sells because there's a lot of sold listings, right? So I think this one is actually going to sell for more around 375 to 400. Because and by the way, this is how quickly phone prices can change. By the way, they can change really, really quickly. See, this one's AT&T, sold for 400. So we have one for 375, carrier locked, right? Carrier, this one's clean ESN, but it's still carrier locked. 375 and then 400. And then we need to find a third one here. That's 460, but it's unlocked. 400, 460, 365. Yeah, so this is a really good representation. Here's one for, it's 385, 485, 435. All right, there wasn't a whole lot for Xfinity. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to take this off. And we're going to leave it network locked, make sure the sold listings are, there we go. Okay, now let's take a look again. When in doubt, you can't find a very specific carrier. What you're going to do instead is just go off of ones like T-Mobile and just make sure it's a carrier lock. So here's one for $399 and $385. Okay, so we're going to put in $399. There we go. So this phone will sell for about $391. Okay. So how do we know what to offer? Well, this appraisal calculator actually does it for you. Okay. So if you were to offer 30% of its value, you would offer $117. Okay. If you were to offer 40% of its value, you would offer $156, and then so on and so forth. Okay. Now this over here tells you your potential profit as well. So your potential profit, if you were to offer 30% of $391, which is $117, your potential profit would be $223. Okay. Now you can also do it, either way. You can offer up to about 240 or 235, and you still make $100 profit on this. And this is all math, guys. Like, we just have to figure out what something is going to sell for before we buy it. And you can do this with any item. any item on the internet, okay? Or, in the world, really. I mean, I've sold weird things, guys, really weird things. If we actually go to my store, you can see the weird stuff that I've sold. So, for example, we'll go to my orders, we'll go to paid and shipped. So here's a really good example. Here's an Oculus Quest 2 left controller. Okay, it's sold for $118. Here's the right controller, sold for $120. Right. Here's an Apple Watch, sold for $210. Right. Here is a fish finder, sold for $250. I use the same thing every single time to figure out my offers on these devices using this calculator. It makes my life incredibly easy to figure out what something is going to sell for before I ever buy it. Okay. And this is the exact same strategy. Even though this is with electronics, you can use this strategy for anything. Okay. To flip anything online. Now, the next part that I want to address here is, how do you actually list something on eBay? Once you've figured out, how much is gonna, once you figured out how much it's gonna sell for, how much you offer for it, and let's say you buy it, right? What do you actually do? Like, what does the listing actually look like, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to listings here, and we're gonna go create one. Or I'm actually gonna use one of these as an example here. Let me use this one as an example. I don't like creating them on, I usually create all of my listings typically from my phone. So it just makes my life easier. I take all the photos, that is, from my phone. But okay, so when we're listing, what you want to do is you want to get a good amount of photos, right? If you're listing in electronics, get as many photos as possible. This is pretty much the same thing with every item. On your title, you want to be very descriptive, okay? And you want it to kind of look like this. You don't want it to have extra characters. You want it to be very, very simple, okay? And to the point. And if needed, put a model number in here. We can look at actually some of my other listings that actually sold. Just to give you guys an example of items that have sold that were different from phones and electronics, right? So here we go. Here's a fish finder, right? The Garmin Echo Map Plus 94 SV. See how I have the model number in there? Use no transducer or bracket. So what does this mean? So this base, I put in there right away, what it doesn't come with, right? That's something, that you definitely want to do. Here's another one. Here's a Garmin GPS. I put pretty much everything in here that it needed. Same thing with this. You guys can kind of screenshot these and kind of see the listings, right? And how they're put up here. Notice I'm not saying words like mint or something like that, or brand new, because when you do that, it gives people a different perspective, and they think that it's going to be like, I don't know, it attracts the wrong people. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so let's go back to this one, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to list every single item. All right, so I talk about as many photos as possible, good title, to the point. Okay, make sure your item specifics are, here. Most of the time they will put them in there automatically for you. Make sure your item is in the right category. You want to make sure your item is in the right condition. So there's used, damaged, broken, that kind of thing. Here we have a full-on description. So you guys can actually see my description here. It's quite lengthy. But I go over pretty much everything. I got a reputation in there. I got a disclaimer. I have multiple things in there. There's quite a few different things in here. You can actually get this in my 7-a-month program. The next thing, your buy it now price. Okay, so this is something I want to talk about. eBay really likes to put you on auction first. I'm going to tell you the exact opposite. If you know what something is going to sell for, don't do auctions, okay? Because then you got to wait 7 days and all kinds of crap, and you don't want to do that, okay? So if you know exactly what something is going to sell for, like I just showed you guys, list it for that price under buy it now, okay? The next thing that you want to do is don't listen to this, because this is usually wrong. Typically it is wrong. So I don't know why, but it just is. Another thing you don't want to do is don't allow offers. You don't want offers. If you allow offers, it's going to take a lot longer for your devices to sell. Okay. The next thing, shipping. I always recommend free shipping, first class or priority. And then obviously package details. You guys can do that, right? Domestic settings, I only ship to domestic. I do not ship internationally. Preferences here. So preferences, payments are managed by eBay. And then you want to turn on require immediate payment when buyer uses buy it now. Okay, definitely do that. I accept all returns within 30 days, free for the buyer. And I do not do international returns. There's a reason for that. Just don't do it. Okay. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope this video was helpful. And remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And remember, if you join, the $7 a month program this week, so it's going to be, what is this week? I can't remember what this week is, but if you join through the next Monday or through Monday through Friday, so let me actually pull up my calendar so you guys know. It's going to be the 2nd of May of 2022 through the 6th of May. So the 2nd through the 6th of May, I'll be giving away that iPhone X. It is damaged, but it'll be a good first flip. So remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.